So I will not be selling any of my Ethereum anytime soon, and this video is going to give you the exact reasons why that is. Not only have we just pushed past some really significant price levels, but there is some big partnerships and news just over the horizon for Ethereum, building on those fundamentals. And yeah, I'm going to go through some on-chain data as well as some technical analysis. Where is Ethereum going? That's the big question. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out. One of the most bullish news for Ethereum is that NFTs are coming to TikTok. And I thought this would take way longer. Like, I knew it was inevitable that this was going to happen, but I thought it would take longer, but it's here. We have NFTs on TikTok now. And the reason that TikTok is doing this is because they want to reward and empower creators. Little Nas will be fronting this whole TikTok NFT debut. And just to kind of give you an idea of how it's going to work is TikTok is going to pair creators with NFT artists. So that's going to help propel their NFTs, like artists that know how NFTs kind of like work, what works. And yeah, as you can see here, TikTok moments will be made available on cryptocurrency Ethereum. Ethereum. Is that not the most bullish case for Ethereum? 1 billion users, the fastest growing social media site of all time. Okay, guys, let's talk about the decrease in the supply of Ethereum, this Ethereum triple halving talk. Simple supply and demand. When we have little supply and we have more demand, it's simple economics. It's so much easier to move the price. So there's been a downtrend in Ethereum reserves across exchanges, which continues. Supply shock is brewing in ETH. Active addresses holding ETH for less than 30 days are rising. Social volume is on the decline. Analysts conclude that it is conducive for a bullish breakout in the short term. Okay, guys, so looking at the on-chain metrics for Ethereum, we can see that the total balance of Ethereum on exchanges has been on a steady decrease since December last year, probably even before that. But this is like super bullish signal for us. And just to kind of solidify my point about supply shocks and how like a lack of supply really does increase the price, let's go back to the 2017 bull run. You can see that where we were at our highest price is where we were at our lowest balance on exchanges. So you can see that there's this inverse relationship between the level of supply there is and the total price. It's so much easier to demand a higher price when there's very little Ethereum to go around. So the reasons why the balance on exchanges is so low may not just be completely because of like such high demand or people just buying up Ethereum. Even though that is happening, we are getting a lot of investors and whales buying up the asset, but it's also because of Ethereum 2.0. When you stake your Ethereum, you can't get that Ethereum back until the upgrade is complete. So that might take a year, that might take 2 years. But whatever it is, you can't get your initial Ethereum back. You can get your wrapped Ethereum. Like if you stake on Lido, which is what I'm doing, I can get like a wrapped Ethereum back, but I can never get my initial Ethereum back. So that's just locked up. Another reason is because of decentralized finance. A lot of people are locking up their Ethereum in DeFi and they're earning a yield. So they're going to be pretty reluctant to sell that Ethereum back onto exchanges or whatever it might be. So those are also two things to keep in mind, but I think that they still add to the premise that Ethereum is going to be bullish overall in the short term to long term, since people are going to be reluctant to sell their Ethereum. Okay, so allegedly Ethereum will go through a triple halving. So that kind of equates to an 87.5% reduction in the issuance of Ethereum. So that's equivalent to 3 consecutive Bitcoin halving events. And this is for a number of reasons. So one of the first catalysts for this triple halving for Ethereum is the fact that when EIP 1559 was passed, it was put in act that transaction fees for Ethereum, 70% of transaction fees for Ethereum will be burnt. And this is to create a deflationary asset. And you can see this live on Watch the Burn. You can see that over 400,000 Ethereum has so far been burnt, adding to this deflationary aspect or turning Ethereum from a supply coin to a deflationary coin. So the second catalyst is moving from proof of work to proof of stake. And this article gives a really good understanding of how this is going to implicate the price. So since ETH is still in proof of work system, most of this ETH is immediately dumped and sold onto the market. Since the miners run a cash business, they need cash for electricity, equipment, paying investors, etc. So every day there is at least $39 million worth of selling pressure for Ethereum each and every day. Means that ETH will go from a mine and a dump economy to proof of work, to a stake and restake economy. POS encourages saving, as the more ETH you have, the bigger the monetary benefit. This will not be true for all people, as of course people will still sell a lot of ETH, but most people will hold and restake their rewards as time goes by, enormously reducing sell pressure. Okay, so we've just gone through some of the big news, partnerships, and on-chain data for Ethereum, but it's time to get into the TA. So let's look at the daily chart and see what's going on here. And you can see a really nice cup and handle. I know it's so cliche, but it's cliche for a reason, because usually there is a breakout after a decent cup and handle. And there is a beautiful cup and handle right here. And, you know, if you are looking to get into an Ethereum trade, this potentially could be a very good entry point for you. Okay, so let's look at some clear support and resistance levels for Ethereum right now using the Fibonacci retracement tool, where I've started it off at that $4,000 high we had at the beginning of the month. August was such a bullish month for cryptocurrency overall. It was just like such a green month, and we had a lot of bullish news, all that kind of stuff. And then September happened and we saw a massive dip, not just in the cryptocurrency market, but in the stock market also. September has historically been a red month across crypto, across stock markets. It's just generally been a red month, and I have a video explaining that. You can watch that above me if you're interested. So yeah, we took a pretty big dive after that, but it's okay because we consolidated and then we began to trend upwards. Now, what's really important is that we keep on breaking these resistance levels. So you can see that we hit resistance again, and then recently we broke that resistance, which is what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Now we did break down again, but that's okay. Just as long as we don't break down any further, what we want to be seeing is volume. We want to be seeing green candles or spikes of green in volume when we do break down, and we don't want to break down past into this lighter green. The lighter the green we get, like, not good. We want to stay and consolidate in this area and then eventually push higher. Okay, so let's look at some profit taking areas for Ethereum using the Fibonacci extension tool. We had our first impulse wave upwards in August. We had such a bullish August. Then we had the retracement downwards in September. And obviously we have this like key resistance level at $4,000. Every single time we hit in and around this $4,000 mark, Ethereum just breaks down. It's like $4,000 and then it breaks down. So we need to push past this $4,000 area. And once we push past that $4,000 area, I'm looking at a $6,000 Ethereum min. I think that is such a conservative price prediction for Ethereum. Honestly, I do think that we're going to $10,000, but conservative price prediction, $6,000 for Ethereum, especially with all the news, all the partnerships, everything that I brought up in this video so far. Now, I'm actually going to leave you with a really interesting video by Raoul, one of my favorite investors in the cryptocurrency markets. He's got a very impressive price prediction for Ethereum, and I really want you guys to watch it. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.
Bitcoin price prediction by end of year, and I need an Ethereum price prediction by end of year. What do you got for us?
I was doing some work on this on the weekend for Global Macro Investor. I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of a little bit overly bullish right now. And I think the cycle, well, no, because that's not fair, because I was looking at the cycle itself. I think Bitcoin somewhere north of 200 and ETH closer to 15K. But I think we finished the cycle with Bitcoin close to 400 and ETH closer to 40,000.
All right. So you think by end of year, we've got Bitcoin 200K or so. We've got ETH at 15K. You think end of cycle, which in your opinion, it sounds like kind of February, March of next year.
Something like that, yeah.
Bitcoin's 400,000 and ETH is 40,000.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people watching who hope you're right.
I bloody hope so too. You know, it's not like I haven't backed my own bet. So my money's where my mouth is.